I'm Tanya and welcome to my channel and welcome to my travel vlog. Today we are going to Washington D.C. I start every morning with ice roller to reduce puffiness, then I brushed my teeth and had a simple skincare routine. Cleanser, hydrating face mist, hyaluronic acid and vitamin C serum, and at the end, rich moisturizing cream and eye patches. I wanted to lock moisture in my face before a long flight. And then I drank a big glass of water. Since it was about 5:30 a.m., me and my husband weren't really hungry, so we only had yogurt, some berries, and vitamins for breakfast. We got ready, called a cab, and met a beautiful sunrise on our way to airport.
Какая милота.
In SFO, we got a proper breakfast with croissant and coffee. Flight was long, about 5 hours, and I was reading Harry Potter and watching Never Have I Ever almost the whole time. And finally, we came to Washington. The airport was decorated with American flags. I'm not sure if it's always like that or it was because of Veterans Day. We ordered a cab. At a first glance, I didn't really like the city because it was already a bit dark and very cloudy and gloomy, but when we came to our hotel, I somehow felt that this trip is going to be awesome. So this was our hotel room. It's not much, but still very pretty, clean, and it looked modern, even though the building was pretty old. I especially liked the mirrors with lights. So we rested a little bit after the flight. I did a little bit of makeup and looked and felt better. When we got out of the hotel, it was already dark, but it was so warm. Much warmer than in California, to my surprise. We enjoyed our quick evening walk and found a Brazilian grill restaurant near our hotel. It was an amazing experience. I highly recommend you trying it. Dinner was not cheap. We spent about $200 there, maybe a little bit less, but you could eat whatever you wanted on a buffet, and also they gave you different sides. My favorite was Brazilian cheese bread and a lot of meat and different kinds of meat, and it was all really delicious and it was all unlimited. Then we came to the hotel, took shower, and we were tired, so we quickly fell asleep. Next day the weather wasn't that nice. It was pouring rain almost all day, but honestly I enjoy such weather if it's still warm. Plus it's kind of a privilege for Californians to see rain, so we were really happy about it. We had some coffee and snacks at the hotel and went for our rainy day walk. It was Veterans Day and there were a lot of ceremonies across the city, so we got to see a part of a small ceremony on the World War I Memorial. Then we walked and found a nice breakfast slash brunch place. It looked gorgeous. The menu was huge and there were a lot of beautiful pastries and desserts. We ordered breakfast sandwiches, coffee and a dessert and sat there for about an hour enjoying our food and watching rain.
Да, похоже, но это больше.
Разве он то же самое? Просто
Then we walked a bit more and saw an Apple store located in the Washington Public Library. We of course went there, and both store and the building looked beautiful.
Your wrench menu for your actions, and then tap video. You can see a replay of everything that happened on your.
After this, we walked to Safeway because we really wanted to buy some healthy food, and it's always a problem when we are traveling because it's hard to keep a healthy diet with all those, coffee shops and restaurants, and without the kitchen, without the ability to cook for ourselves. So we got some berries, fruits, and also milk for coffee. We walked for 1 more hour or so, enjoyed amazing buildings, went to Chinatown and came back to the hotel. We were honestly pretty tired and also needed a shower because Washington is much more humid than Cali and we are not used to it. So we rested a bit, ate our raspberry and snacks, got ready again and went to the White House Visitor Center. It was super interesting actually, and I learned a lot of facts about the White House.
Понятно, это просто всякие статуйки. Здравствуйте.
And then we of course walked a bit more, and our initial goal was actually the Capitol, but we saw a lot of beautiful historical buildings on our way as well. And even though Capitol exterior was under renovation, it was still really, really beautiful. When it started to become darker, we decided to walk to Marina to see the river. It was about 30 minutes walk, plus rain stopped, so it was really enjoyable and warm. Marina was so gorgeous. A lot of restaurants, beautiful lights. Also there was a fish market. I especially liked a fireplace where you could make s'mores, or I'm not sure if they called like this, but it was closed unfortunately because of the rain that day. So we ended up eating at Shake Shack because we were super hungry and it was the only place where we could get the food quickly. We walked to the hotel again about 40 minutes, watched Netflix and ate some snacks that we got at CVS and went to sleep. Alright, it's day 3 of our trip. This is me drinking my morning water and getting ready. I didn't bring a lot of skincare products with me, just hyaluronic acids, SPF cream and eye cream, and I guess that's it. Oh, also a couple of masks and face oil. I washed my hair, blow dried it, and did my makeup, and got ready for another day in Washington D.C. That day, weather was super nice. It was sunny and warm, and I honestly couldn't believe that Washington had such weather in November, but yeah, here we are. We had breakfast at Starbucks, which I didn't really like. It felt like they gave us some old pastries, but I couldn't complain because I was in a really good mood that day. We, of course, went to see the White House. That was my little kind of dream as an immigrant in the US. Of course, we couldn't see it closely, but still, yeah, it was pretty cool. That day, we wanted to see all the memorials located in the, how's it called, Federal Triangle, I guess. We saw Washington Memorial, World War II Memorial, walked down to the Lincoln Memorial. That was my favorite so far. Also, we saw Korean War Memorial. By the way, we went to Korean War Memorial in Seoul, South Korea in 2019. It was huge and really interesting, so if you travel to Korea, I highly recommend you going there. And the last memorial we visited was Martin Luther King Jr. Actually, not sure that it's called memorial, but yeah, I guess it's not memorial, it's probably monument, but yeah, sorry for my English. We walked some more, we ate some snacks that we ran over, bought a pizza, ate it in a small square park.
Дай мне водичку, пожалуйста.
Your visit begins in the briefing center, where you will receive your undercover mission. Are you ready to enter the shadow world?
Yes!
Enjoy your visit, but remember, we'll be watching you.
And then we went to Spy Museum. By the way, almost all museums required reservations, even free museums, probably because they're all popular and they have like a limited capacity, I guess. So anyway, Spy Museum was amazing. So many cool interactive exhibitions, a lot of fun, also a lot of artifacts from Soviet Union and from the Cold War period.
For threats.
How much time do you have? What if they come?
Sources with access to classified information.
When the Soviet Union collapsed, some believed intelligence agencies were no longer needed. The threat was over. Democracy would break out all over the world. Instead, new and more diverse threats.
Even though I knew a lot about this topic, I still learned a lot of cool facts about spies and some important spy operations. And the museum looked really cool at night.
And locate the exit.
We came back to the hotel, made some coffee, had some snacks, then I did face massage with gua sha, did my skincare and went to sleep right away. On a day 4, it was Sunday, we got ready and decided to go to the same brunch place where we went on the second day of the trip. It was much colder this day and super windy, but I got my coat with me, so it was fine. There I got tea, a really nice, beautiful dessert, and also a huge salad that I couldn't finish. My husband ordered coffee and shakshuka. We sat there for some time, enjoyed our food, looking at people on the street and talking. We walked for a bit more and went to Holocaust Museum. I know the history of Holocaust pretty well, but I've never been to a museum of Holocaust. It was a really terrifying experience. They gave us cards similar to what Nazis gave to Jews, and they made the interior of the museum look and feel like those camps. And I really like the museum because there were a lot of facts, a lot of personal stories, a lot of pictures, videos. We spent there 5.5 hours and tired came back to the hotel. We didn't want to go to some kind of restaurant because it was already really cold and dark and we were tired of walking. My legs actually hurt. So we ordered Five Guys burgers, fries and Coke. We ate and watched Tinder's Swindler, a pretty cool Netflix documentary about a guy who professionally lied to girls on Tinder, something like this. After our fancy dinner, we went to the rooftop bar in our hotel. We got beautiful, fancy looking cocktails and sat there looking at this gorgeous view. We could see all the monuments and the White House. And on the way back to our room, we went to see the gym in the hotel, just to see it, just to check in there. And then I did face and feet masks, relaxed for a bit, and we fell asleep. So it's the last day. We woke up late, checked out of the hotel, went to nearest, how's it called, Pret Cafe. Yeah, Pret. I really like this cafe because you can always find healthy options there. So I got an omelette, my husband got himself breakfast sandwich. We also ordered some coffee, tropical parfait with fruits, delicious pastry with raisins and grapefruit fresh. We sat there, enjoyed an amazing view, talked, reflected on our trip, and I felt really happy at that moment. Then we walked for about 30 minutes and went to African American History and Culture Museum. I believe it's called like this. That was just wow. First of all, it's pretty new. I guess it was built in 2016 or so. The building looked very interesting. Inside it was beautiful too. We had only 3.5 hours there because we had a flight back at 5:30 p.m. So we didn't get to see all the exhibitions, but I wasn't sad about it because I truly enjoyed all the exhibitions that we got to see. There were a lot of amazing art pieces, a lot of information about African American culture and history. Honestly, I didn't know a lot of those facts, and there were so many artifacts. It was very interactive, not boring at all. And my favorite section was probably the one about music, because I love music. I love singing and listening to it and trying to play it. I think I spent about an hour and a half only in this little section. And if we get to Washington D.C. once more, I will definitely go to this museum again. And I highly recommend it to you as well.
Just produced the inducted in the United States Armed Forces.
Then we called a cab, went to the airport, and tired but happy flew back to San Francisco. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I see you in my next video.